I'm Jean Booker, and this is my story. I am a homeschooling mother of 4 children. I've been married 20 years this year. We've been at the First Baptist Church for a little over a year now. I remember very clearly the first time I became interested in the person of Jesus. I was driving around with my boyfriend, and he'd asked me if I'd check the blind spot on the passenger side of the car, and I lied and said no one was there, and of course he got over and crashed into the other car, and the lady jumped out of the car and raced towards us. And I was amazed by this lady because she was so kind and forgiving, and she had a big gray hairdo, and she had a very large sparkly diamond pendant, and it read Jesus. And I remember thinking about the person of Jesus really for the first time, and she asked us if we would go to church with her. She was on her way to church, and we didn't, but we went on our way. A few months later, I went off to college, and while I was there, I was handed a piece of paper, and it asked, if you were to die today and go to heaven, what would you say to God to get in? And I didn't have any idea. And it concerned me that I didn't, and so I began to think about God and Jesus some more. And then a few months later, it was Christmas, and so I flew to spend the holidays with my boyfriend and his family. I reached the lowest, most sinful period in my life. I did things there that scarred my soul. And at that moment I realized I hit bottom, and I needed Jesus, and I needed a Savior. And so I began to pray. And a few months later, before Valentine's Day, a friend of mine took me shopping, and he shared with me that I needed a Savior and how I could be saved and my sins could be forgiven. And so I grabbed onto Jesus, and I never let him go. Well, I think throughout all the trials and the struggles that I did continue to go back to God, because as I read through His Word, I was encouraged and inspired because I knew He had it figured out and I didn't. And I think once I realized that I didn't have everything figured out and that He did, life did become easier because I knew that He was in control. I knew that He understood things, and even if I didn't, I could submit to that and walk in humbleness to that. And I think that made our relationship grow much more than had I known Him sooner. I think the whole humbling process made me closer to Him because I had to rely on Him.